So I think one of the things that a lot of us wrestle with, aside from all of the stressors that come with existing in the world of the pandemic, is there
Mhm.
is a real truth, I think, to finding yourself just being bored sometimes. What has the experience during COVID been like for you in terms of just like having that be a part of your life?
It's different. That's the best way to describe it. Um, I'd say it's like getting familiar with something that you really didn't spend a lot of time with before. Um, yeah.
What's been the hardest part about trying to deal with that for someone who generally stays pretty
Well,
busy?
and the other thing I think that it's for me that I'm up against is like just the pandemic and just living through like what we're living through right now and being home so much and the lack of physical contact with other people with having those conversations I would normally have, being able to go to the brewery, whatever, stuff like that. Like it's definitely it's gotten to me a little bit, and so it makes you kind of I guess less ambitious, maybe is the word. I don't know. It's like I do have a harder time getting myself like going in the mornings these days. Like it's just because it's just the same old every day, and that's the part I don't like. Because the part I liked about life before was the spontaneity a little bit that you could add in every day, or like just the variety of interactions on a daily basis. Now all interactions are on a screen, and I don't have any in-person meetings hardly at all. God, I don't even remember the last in-person meeting I had. But it's just like, if I feel like I'm working from home, but I feel like I'm stuck in this like cubicle and nothing changes, and it's I'm tired of it. I want some variety back in the experience.
Yeah, I found that for me, the swings that you're talking about, I guess, feel very strong. Where you've got something to do, and that's great, and that gets you energized. But on the days where there's just that repetitive monotony,
Hmm.
it's so much easier to lose like energy, sometimes focus for me. And then it's been a continuous process of trying to find proactive ways to get that back outside of caffeine. And so, like, have there been any like strategies or things that you've tried that you found have helped you in some way?
I mean, honestly, sometimes you just have to just throw in the towel and say the heck with it, and take some time for yourself. I think that definitely one thing I've learned this year is like self care is so much more important than we ever thought it was. And I was a freelancer for like a decade, and I very much am familiar with the whole, hustling constantly for the next gig, and like the stress of it too. Like the stress of it got to me so bad. And yeah, just like self-care wasn't important, but this year has made all of us, I think, in one way or another, like realize that like taking that time for ourselves and and slowing down and focusing more on ourselves to be healthier, to be happier, whatever, is really important, and probably more than we ever realized.
Is there something about that realization that makes you feel hopeful toward next year?
Oh yeah, I hope so. I hope that people. I hope as a society, like eventually we can learn to like get rid of that mentality that the hustle has to be there, like that we have to be doing all that hustling for work and working so hard and being so productive, and kind of more embrace that slower kind of living style, um, and just yeah, take care of ourselves better.